as well. All right. Let's get down. Mock draft. So this is our second mock draft 2.0 as well. Definitely checking this out here. MLB, our NFL mock draft. We had some trades. Dolphins are now second pick in the first round. We thought we were going to have the Ravens out of the first round. Now they're back after the trade was voided. So let's go ahead and go over the mock draft here as well. Now, like the first one after 1.0, pretty much after the season, college season is over, right? Pretty much after the NFL season is over, 1.0, you do the first one. This second one now, post combine, post free agency, teams have filled some of those needs and those changes as well. So we know some changes there. Third one, that's our smoke screen draft. And the last one, obviously, right before the draft, the night before the draft, the final prediction as well on that. So definitely check that out as well. All right. Top 5. First one, obvious, Fernando Mendoza, number 1. Indiana. I don't think there's any question about it here. I think Mendoza is going to be a solid NFL quarterback. Definitely all the treats. I definitely like with Mendoza's leadership ability right off the bat. Definitely a guy, you could see it. Running a team, dealing with media, dealing with other players, dealing with front office, dealing with fans, dealing with all those things. He's got that already. Some guys just have, where you have a Baker Mayfield or a Manziel, whatever, struggle with that. This guy, he already has that on the field. Only question with him I have, and there aren't a lot of them, are how is he going to run the ball effectively at NFL level with doesn't have great speed, he runs, and also to how will he do without the RPO? Possibly he's going to be running, I think, Clint Kubiak's, I call it the Mike Shanahan offense, the version of Bill Walsh's, the run version of Bill Walsh's West Coast offense. So we'll see how that goes. But no question about it. Mendoza, number 1. Number 2, David Bailey, Texas Tech of the Jets. Edge rusher. This is hard. I think you see a lot of Arvell Reese here for the from Ohio State. I kind of think it'll be the edge rusher. The edge rushers here are this is the safer pick. I'll put it that way. Bailey is a outside 3-4 4-speed linebacker. You put him on any team, whatever, he's going to bend the pocket. He's going to get 10 plus sacks. This is a guy solid, productive in college. It's last year probably his most productive. I don't even see him as a winner. I think he just kind of developed as well. No question about it here. I think the Jets definitely do that. I think quarterback a little bit later, maybe in the second round or something like that, but definitely here as well. Got to take, I think, one of the best pass rushers on the board. Francis Malioga for the Arizona Cardinals, number 3, best tackle on the board. I think the only issue here is he's not the body beautiful. I think some people looking at the tape, he looks good. Footwork looks good. Great in the pass game. Good run blocking. I think he's the most complete guy. Definitely responsible. You look at how well Miami did. Malioga, I think, no question about it with him. Malioga, I think, definitely best tackle, I think, in the entire draft. That's why he's going to get picked 3rd for Arizona, probably blocking for Jacoby Brissett. So definitely. Team with a lot of needs, though, I would say. That's probably the biggest need. Arvell Reese, Ohio State Buckeyes. Tough to place him. I think a lot of people have him at 2. I think he's going, again, with him. He's a guy that is very, very difficult to place. I do believe that a lot of people won't know how to use him, won't know what to do with him, won't know where to place him. With a guy like Robert Saleh would. Absolutely. So he's a guy, inside guy, play a lot of inside linebacker, Mike linebacker, whatever, but he has great pass rush ability. They could use him at the edge rush. They could use him on the inside. Definitely, he's a guy. Absolutely, you could argue he's the best defensive player in the draft. as well, here in this top section as well. So outstanding stuff. I think John Harbaugh at number 5 has the courage to take Caleb Downs. Number 5. This is about as high as you ever see a safety. But Downs is really, 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 really good. He is now the Kyle Hamilton type, though. Swiss Army. Put him as a pass rusher. You could put him as a blitzer. You could put him in defense. You could put him. He's obviously a defense. You could put him in a pass rusher. You could put him as a blitzer. You could put him in as a ball hawk. He could do multiple things. Build a lot of their needs on offense. So as well, could go receiver. I don't know if a receiver is worth this high. Definitely two. This might be the best player in the draft as well, right up there. I don't think they need edge rush. I think that's not where they're going to go. Definitely, though, that back end could use some help. Why not take Caleb Downs, number 5 for the Giants? Number 6, Spencer Fino. Maybe sliding a bit, so we'll see as well. I think Fino is absolutely a right tackle that the Browns could put in right away. They definitely need help as well. They could use a left tackle. We could see that. I thought it was interesting. Mel Kiper had Monroe feeling higher, about 6. I don't know about that, but I think Fino is just more, again, easier fit, plug and play. Definitely you can put him at right tackle. Definitely you can slide in the guard if you need to. I think Fino, is an excellent choice at 6. Definitely a team. White Teller just signed with a different team. They definitely need offensive linemen. Fano, I think, is fantastic as well. Maybe not a pure left tackle right away. That would be the only concern. But anywhere else you put him, if I put him anywhere else on the line, no problem at all. Jeremiah Love, Commanders. I think Love. The only reason he's not higher even than this is because he is a running back. I think the Commanders might do several things. It's tough to tell. Several needs as well with the Commanders. So they're getting Jaden Daniels back. That's the main thing. But they could go wide receiver. They could go defense. They could go offense. I think this, to me, is best player on the board. Best player on the board. I think Jeremiah Love, is definitely a guy too good to pass up. Too good to pass up here as well. Jeremiah Love, number 7 for Washington. New Orleans Saints. They did go ahead and fill their go get a running back. So definitely here, Makai Lemon, I think, wide receiver for the Trojans of USC. I think Lemon is the best receiver in the draft. I know there's some dissent there, but I like Lemon. I think Lemon, when you talk about athleticism, is probably the best there. I think some of these USC guys are being slept on. Tremendous speed. I think the fastest guy of the receivers, of the receiving group, the top tier guys. When you talk about a guy like this, plug him right in. Some questions about Ovalave. Do they need to get a receiver? I definitely think that's a big need for them, getting a receiver to help Tyler shout out there as well. So I definitely think that's a need. Number 8, Makai Lemon, the Saints. Number 9, Monsieur Delane for the Chefs, LSU. I don't think there's any need. I don't think there's any doubt what you need if you're Kansas City. You just let Duffy go out the board. You let Boyd go out the board. You let McDuffie go out the board. You let Jalen Walton go out the board. So you're down 2 corners, 2 very good corners. You have to take a corner. Have to. You got 2 first-round picks. You might need 3. So I don't think there's any doubt about it. What you need to do. They did sign a Alohi Gilman, but you're going to need more than that. They have to take a corner. I think Bain is a better player, but I don't think you have to take a corner. And if you got the best corner on the board, I think they have to do it. Again, best player on the board, Ruben Bain. I think Bain is the best player in the entire draft. I think this guy is going to be absolutely a guy who's going to be a starter for 10 years in the NFL, all pro potential for sure. Motor. Kind of reminds me of Michael McCray. He's going all the time. Whatever shortcomings he have, I think you're just nitpicking if you're talking about the short arms. Uber productive. Players around him better because of him, kind of like the Ohio State guys, no question about it as well. Bain, I think You also did lose Trey Hendrickson, obviously, as well. Definitely, I think this is the choice here. I think like you want to, and I think that's a thing in Cincinnati. I mean, they're burning the jerseys. Well, so you can bring home a Ruben Bain here. That's going to help a lot there as well. Miami has a lot of holes. There's no question about it. I think this is the last of the really, really good pass rushers. Cassius Howell from edge rushers from Texas A&M. I like Howell. I don't think he's that far behind Ruben Bain and David Bailey as far as rushers, or if you want to consider a recent rusher. I think he's really, really productive. 11 sacks last year, I believe, for the Yankees. Very solid. I think he is more of a 3-4 guy to really get that production. I think that's what it is. Not as quite as good in the run game, not quite, but I think there's a lot there. I'm very confident that this guy is going to go to the next level. Dolphins need players everywhere, though, so it's tough to tell really what the Dolphins are going to do because they have so many needs, especially now after that last trade. But they're going to have some picks and be able to figure out. If I think they're going to just go best player, period, except for quarterback at their positions. Kendrick Falk, another edge rusher for the Dallas Cowboys. Falk, this is more to me of a risk as well. I think the athleticism is absolutely there. But we've seen this with guys like this. This is kind of what I keep going back to is his production and stuff isn't fantastic, etc. But definitely to his ability to edge rush, his athleticism is very, very good. Very impressed with that as well. So this is but I think he is more of a risk as well. But Dallas with 2 first-round picks definitely can do that. I definitely think they need an edge rusher. Similar to the scenario with Trey Hendrickson, you go ahead, you get rid of Micah Parsons, you go ahead and miss out on Max Crosby. Yeah, Kendrick Falk, I think, would fit the bill. Carnell Tate, Ohio State wide receiver. I think Tate, I think some people have him a little higher than I have it. Best overall, without question, is overcooking the Chris, but he's a solid NFL receiver. This guy, that's kind of the category I have him in as well. I hate to punish a guy for playing on a really good team like Ohio State was, but that's the only real question I have. Not tremendous speed. Great route running. I think route running is absolutely good. I think he's the best of between him and Jordan Tyson. I think the combination of that's kind of where I am with Tate. I think Tate really is the best overall guy in terms of like an overall skill set as well. So the Rams are the best. Rams are really good as well. Rams another team again. Take anything. I do think they're going to lean more offense though as well, getting all those corners. Ravens back on the clock. Vega Aloni. This is a no question about it. I had him in the last mock draft. I have him in this one. If he has been taken, the Ravens should take it. No question about it. This is prime need for the Ravens. So you definitely sign John Simpson. You really want Emory Jones? I mean, I'm not as sure of that. Well, I think of Vega Aloni. I think this is the only. And the other thing with Aloni, there really is no other shot internally, interior-wise, to get somebody else. So this is it as well. Not too much because we're going to do the Ravens after this, but interesting to see. Best player on the board right now is Sonny Styles. Put him in at with the Bucks. No question about it here. Styles, I think, is tremendous prospect. Look at that linebacker who they had at Ohio State. Styles, I think, is no question about it as well. Definitely weak side linebacker, true, which is why I think he's going to go a little bit lower. Well. You can put him at the mic, but I think definitely to Matt Milano, there's a name like really repair a guy like Sonny Styles. Just a heat-seeking missile as well. Couple more here. Jets. Jared McCoy. I think not for the injury, he would have been higher for sure. I think the Jets definitely have to look. They lost. They went ahead and they made this trade. They got rid of Hot Sauce Gardner. They got all these draft picks. I definitely think corner. I think McCoy, I think, is one of the best players in the entire draft. Had it not been for the injury, he could have been even higher than he is. I think this guy, best probably as far as like that, this is the guy that is the best I think at the line of scrimmage. As far as the guys that goes, like hands on, like. So I really like McCoy, good one-on-one guy on the outside. Lions definitely Avion Terrell, definitely injury issues on their back end. Terrell, I'm really impressed with. I think teams are kind of sleeping on this guy. Best man-on-man coverage, period, speed, period. Definitely. This is not Deion Sanders, but that type of outside one-on-one coverage. This is the guy that you're looking for as well. Lions definitely would allow all those injury issues, Branch issues, Brian Branch, et cetera, et cetera. Definitely, too, I think this would be a great pick for them. Caden McDonald for the Ohio States. Again, he's moving up boards, and I think he's definitely, too. Look, Lions got rid of two of their outstanding defensive tackles, so Hargraves, whoever, salary cap, etc. So they definitely need to replenish. I think getting Caden McDonald, I think is a great pick. I think he's probably right now to have the number one on a lot of draft boards at D tackle. Right behind him, Peter Woods. I think definitely too. The Lions have a lot of help as well. I think this is probably the best on the board at the time as well. They have Derek Brown there. Definitely you could pair him up with Derek Brown, put him on the edge as well. I think Woods is also too being slept on. Definitely the sort of he's down there in Carolina. We're at Clemson, so I'm sure they're familiar with him as well. I think this is not a bad choice here as well. Colton Hood for the Volunteers as well. Colton Hood, I think, is very impressive of a player. Great. He's kind of moving up here as well. Great speed and definitely, too, again, Cowboys need defensive help. They got rid of a lot of it as well. So definitely, too, this is best corner on the board. Late one. This is about where he should go as well. So Hood, I think, at 20. Steelers, I think, pulled a trigger on Ty Simpson at 21. I think at some point you got to do it. You got to try again. Probably you get Aaron back this year, so I think that's even good. That the only thing wrong with this is that can you convince Aaron of this? Like, can you get Aaron to come back if you actually take a quarterback? That's the whole thing. They might have to promise him that they won't take because they're going to do everything they can to bring Aaron back. But at some point, you got to take a quarterback, and I think this is probably it as far as on the board. Jordan Tyson, I think, is the best technical runner in the draft as well. Some injury issues as well. Love his technical. I mean, really watching him on the film is really impressive. The way he kind of shakes a little bit of that Hines Ward, a little bit of that Art Monk, really good craftsmen with their Chargers. Definitely could use a wide out as well to go with Lab McConkey there as well. Caleb Lamu for the Eagles. Eagles all of a sudden, that great offensive line we talked about a few years ago is getting older. Jason Kelsey retired as well. Talk for Lane Johnson retiring, etc. So I think it is time to go ahead and get it. They're probably good on defense. I mean, they could go defense as well. But I think you get a Caleb Lamu. I have him at tackle. He can play guard. I don't see any reason why you couldn't take a guy like that. Some people might say this is a little high for Jake Slaughter, but I definitely think he's going to go early because I don't think there's another center that you can take. I think Connor Lew is much later. I think like Slaughter, he's like 35, 36. This is probably all you got here in the first 40 picks, probably a center. So I think the Browns could take him at 24. They need it. Offensive line is just totally decimated for them. If you want Caleb Williams, if you want Shedeur Sanders to play well, you're going to have to do that as well. King Messidor, the only thing wrong with Messidor is the age factor with him getting he's a little old for a draft pick. I think he's like 25 or 26, but he was terrific with the Bears. So definitely he's a guy they gotta not pass this guy up. Gotta not pass this guy up with his pass rush ability. Bears, all teams can use pass rush. So there's no question about that. Bills CJ Allen, inside linebacker. Definitely issues with the cap as well. New defensive coach Joe Brady, defensive head coach rather Joe Brady. New defensive coordinator Jim Letter. Definitely, probably this is the best inside linebacker in the draft. If it's not for Sonny South, CJ Allen, I definitely think fills a need for the Bills. Lee Hunter, Texas Tech, as well, played with Bailey, the higher pick. Definitely too. Now, Caleb Banks kind of fell out because of the injury, so I don't really have him in the top 10. So Lee Hunter is kind of in the top of the board. I think, is definitely a guy anywhere from 10 to here. I could see it. 49ers never, always love to take those defensive linemen as well. Monroe Freeling, I think, is really being slept on. Like I said, Mel Kiper had him at like 6. I don't see him that high, but pure left tackle. I don't know what the issue is as well. Not as good of a run blocker, but you don't have a lot of that. So he's definitely a guy you definitely got to look at. T.J. Parker. Clemson, production not what you kind of hoped, but it's definitely a need for the chefs as well. So I definitely think the chefs definitely need Chris Jones getting older, need some help for Karolakis. Lost a lot of guys on defense. They got defense on their side, no question about it. Kenyon Sadiq, I think, best player. Again, Dolphins have to do it. They have so many needs. I think this guy could go higher than this. But if he's still here, I think you definitely have to take him as well. Dylan Thieneman is kind of moving up draft boards as well. Patriots, they could use alignment, but I don't know if there's one right here in this area as well. And for the Seahawks, local product, Denzel, Boston. There you go. Boston, I think, is a phenomenal athlete. Needs a little more polish. I think that's the only thing. Kenny do route running.